All right, so I'm here with Jennifer. Jennifer, how old are you?
I just turned 41 yesterday.
Are you originally from Arizona?
Yes, born and raised.
What part of AZ?
Phoenix.
Right
Glendale
here on the
was where I was raised, but Phoenix is where I've been since my adulthood.
Okay, and
North Valley.
what's your current situation right now?
Right now I'm homeless, and long story, but in short, I have a family that doesn't really help out and have been giving me a lot of issues, assisting my ex-husband in his little game of trying to keep me out here so he can keep the money that he's making off of some video that he's put out there that we had originally done. And I believe he's falsified some documents to give rights over to other websites so that he can have it posted and make the money off of it. Found a bank account in my name with apparently a lot of money in it, but I can't access it because it's an EIN, not my social, and it's in a Tucson address. So because I can't give the Tucson address, they won't give me the information on the bank account. And he had admitted to the information in court one time, but I can't get anybody to help me so that I can get the madness to stop. Like, I swear, between him trying to keep or prevent me from any interviews, sending the police out anytime I have an interview date, or if I have a court date, all of a sudden I have somebody pulling me over. Got arrested for my first time in 40 years because I had a custody hearing. And that day was the day I got arrested for the first time. He called in saying I had a suspected drunk driver, even though I haven't drank in over 5 years. And in the car they found some of my boyfriend's paraphernalia. So I had some felony charges that I'm facing now.
So are you just waiting to go back to court?
I already went to court. They're going to dismiss the charges as long as I finish with the classes that they've assigned me.
So you got classes?
Yeah, because I'm a first-time offender.
That's really good.
Yeah, thank God.
What was the original time that you were facing?
They said a minimum of 2 to 5 years.
2 to 5 years for your first time?
Yeah.
Was it just paraphernalia, or did they actually
dangerous
find
drug? Yeah, dangerous drug also in a little baggie.
Okay.
So that was the 2 charges I got on my first offense. Then after that, I've had 3 additional arrests, all based on trespassing. Somebody tried to set me up with another charge, even though I had no drugs in my possession or in my bags, anything. I was very cooperative with the police. I had picked up a card on the floor that I had found for somebody that I didn't want their identity stolen because of the whole bank issue that I had. A lot of my bank accounts had been accessed. Money was disappearing from my accounts in addition to the account that was open in my name that I was not aware of. So I wanted to return the cards to these people. And I had made the officer aware of this prior to going down to the station. When I got there, the person that was with me that had also been arrested with the drugs in his hand stared at me like he was happy, like he knew that this was going to happen. He even made a comment about not being able to ever see my children again, and making sure of that, hoping that I'd go down for drugs. When they saw that I had no drugs on my person, that they had no evidence of me using, they tried to then say that that card that I was going to give back to somebody was a impersonation or some kind of fraud. Tried to get me for additional felonies. The officer was very kind and helped me, and got only charged with trespassing, thank God, on that one.
That's good.
Yeah, I still have court to go to next month on that.
And what do you usually do, like, to survive out here?
Usually I try to ask for help, ask people for their spare change. That's hard because people don't want to help.
Is that the sign that you fly out here?
Yeah, he held the sign for a moment for me. I didn't make $1. He made $1. But we're trying to get down to the Phoenix Rescue Mission right now.
Okay.
So that we can get some...
Well, what does your sign say?
That we're trying to get deposit money for a new place.
Okay.
We're actually going down to the Phoenix Rescue Mission so that we can talk with Cass and get some housing assistance. So we need $4 for the bus.
Have you ever been out there in Cass? You ever spend the night out there?
Never. I walked through one time when I had court 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I walked through with a gentleman that I met on the street as I was leaving courthouse. We walked together because I just like to talk to people as I go along. Figure I don't have really much else to do, so I just talk to people about my story. So as I was leaving, I was talking with them, and really before I knew it, we were walking through the Cass area, and it was the first time I had been over there. There's lots of tents, lots of people. I see beauty in everything. The people seem to all have smiles on their faces, and we're still like, living their lives. Not just, nobody's out there crying, and like, there's fights and stuff like that, of course, but I wouldn't want to stay out there. I've already had a lot of problems with my safety out here on the streets on the north side. I've always been on the north side. I've never gone really past Dunlap. Some guy tried to make it seem as though I came from that area. I think he has some girl that he has impersonate me, but he is some kind of obsessed stalker. Tries to make me seem like I'm some kind of prostitute. Never done anything like that, ever. Tries to make it seem like I'm some huge addict. And I think my ex-husband is having him use the footage for court documentation and things like that to keep me away from finding out about the video that he had signed my rights over on, which I never did.
Was the video like some kind of like... Was it an adult?
Yeah.
Is it like a amateur thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Or did you ever work in that industry?
I'd never worked in that industry. It was a video that was done while I was pregnant with my youngest son.
Okay.
And we had done it because we had no money for our rent that month, and I was about to give birth. And to prevent any issues with CPS saying that we couldn't provide a home for our child when he was born, I wanted to make sure our rent was paid. So we paid our rent. It was $1,200 exactly that we made for that video. It was only supposed to be posted on 3 websites. And then it was only supposed to be within certain geographical locations, so I wouldn't have to worry about anybody that I knew working with me seeing it.
Yeah.
And then the guy told me that was like producing it, filming it. He's like, anybody who's watching this film anyway, you could just tell them they're the weird one. And I'm like, okay, I guess you got a point there. And really, I'm just trying to make money for my family. It wasn't like I was trying to become some star. And I've never done anything since then. I've never done anything before that.
And what about like out here, do a lot of people approach you for the dates?
That's one of the biggest things that gets me down.
Yeah.
It's like I'll be asking for change, even 50 cents. I'll ask one guy, he told me, why didn't you get in and like give me a blowjob? I'm like, dude, I just need like to get a cheeseburger or something. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
He's like, no, and drove off. I'm like,
what do you usually do to deal with people like that?
try to just walk away.
Yeah.
Not deal with it. They get pretty pushy. I got offered like $120 to wash some guy's car with my top off one time. I wouldn't even do that, and I really could have used the money, but still, I don't want to put myself in any risky situations, nor do I want anybody but my man seeing me. So I try to like be respectful toward him and myself. And even though I have a video out there, it's different. It's not me in person. It's not something that's, you know, you're not making contact with somebody. You're not having a conversation with someone. It's not something where you can be touched. It's not tangible, so it's different. And that's hard, but I guess the other hard part is how many times I've been assaulted while out here. I've been pepper sprayed 5 times. To the point where I'm like immune to pepper spray now, pretty much.
Well, what happened there?
The first time, some guy got pissed off because I was sick and told me that he was pissed off because I would rather be with some bum than him, and whenever I wouldn't do it, he kicked me in the face and pepper sprayed me.
Yeah.
I also got, he stuck some kind of needle in my eye and then pepper sprayed me again, same night. He was a friend of mine a long time ago, but, not anymore.
That's horrible.
Yeah. The second time was just around Thanksgiving. I think it was right after I had some run-in with some other weirdo. A girl came up, tried to say that I was attacking them with a knife. I had a knife to protect myself, but I was talking with my friend over here who a lot of times protects me from some bad people.
Yeah.
And she emptied a can of bear mace on me. And then the other girl took a baseball bat and hit me in my lower back, and then in my arm and in my head. And I walked away. I didn't have anywhere to stay. They didn't want me to be in the tunnel where they were staying because some other girl that liked the guy that pepper sprayed me before, she was the one who sent those other 2 girls because she liked that guy and didn't like the fact that he wanted me to do that to him and blamed me for jealousy. It was a jealousy thing. My boyfriend and I were then sleeping a few nights back over on 28th Drive in Cactus in the field over there by the QT. And I think it was the QT security guard who came up and pepper sprayed us in our sleep. Then I went inside the QT because I didn't react to the pepper spray like my boyfriend had. He actually had gotten, it was his first time, and he got it right under his eyelid. And he went running almost into traffic, so I put his arm around my neck, and as I led him over to the QT bathroom to wash it out, the security guard grabbed me by my arm. He left a bruise on my arm at that night, still there a little bit. Forced me out of the store after pushing me like 3 times. I told him, look, we just got pepper sprayed. We've been assaulted. This is supposed to be a safe place. Why are you kicking us out? He's like, I'm calling the cops on you for being pepper sprayed. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a safe place. We should be able to at least wash our faces. So we need to wash our faces. I put my boyfriend in the bathroom before, and then him and the security guard and I had this confrontation. And I turned to the QT cashier and I said to him, this is supposed to be a safe place, isn't it? He's like, that's only for children. I said, no, sir, that's supposed to be for anybody waiting for police assistance. And I couldn't believe it, so the security guard started pushing me physically out the door, and he was rough with me. I mean, like, there was no reason for him to have even put his hands on me. It wasn't trying to be combative, but this guy was very aggressive. So then as he's on the phone with the police, he's screaming on the phone that we need to be arrested. I'm trying to get my boyfriend into an area where we can't be seen. We don't want to have to sit in the back of a cop car at a time whenever you've been pepper sprayed. I mean, then that's really not going to help us, like, relieve our pain or make our situation any better. I had just gotten my warrants that I had for the court dates I had initially missed that I wasn't aware of because I'm homeless. I don't have an address. So I didn't want to see him go to jail and then be out there with somebody who's assaulting us. I'd be alone, like I am now. He just got picked up this morning.
What did he get picked up for?
Shoplifting.
Okay.
Food. Yeah, he got Cheerios. Some milk.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. Well, Jennifer, thank you for sharing your story. I really do appreciate it. And are you okay with me using this on my YouTube channel?
Yes.
Just in case some of my subscribers want to reach out to you with donations or any sort of help, do you have anywhere where they can contact you?
I have an email address. That's all I have. I don't have any like bank accounts or anything like that anymore.
You give that number again.
Yeah?
You can do, if you want, you could do your Facebook or your Gmail.
I can't even log into those. My ex-husband has gained access to all that and has locked me out of them, changed the passwords.
Okay.
But my email address is Jennifer with one N .gorsuch, GORSUCH @protonmail.com.
Okay. All right, Jennifer. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you allowing me to get my story out there.